Life is a beautiful expression of an incalculable number of cells forming millions of species, all vying for the coveted goal of existence. When asked what the meaning of life is, humans often struggle with the answer. It is not because the answer is unfathomably complex, but rather because it is so inherently simple. To procreate and to grow, to become dominant in as many niches as possible. Whether you look at life through the context of religion, science, or a mixture of the two, this philosophy is evident everywhere. Moop.io is an online game that sees you start from a tiny, insignificant creature with the goals of becoming something much greater. Achieving this goal is rather straightforward. Eat anything that you can while avoiding potential threats. Anyone that's played through the IO genre is likely already familiar with the general concept. So, what's with the long spiel at the beginning? It's because with that goal in mind, that oh so bitterly sweet goal of growth, I set out to achieve this in Moop. I set out to become the dominant species of this server, no matter what it takes to get there. As we enter the world, we have several options of animals to play with, but each one basically sucks. From the get-go, it's clear that we have a long way to the top. Monsters of men with giant score totals dwarf our small little rat. I mean, look at it, it's not even fair. Only through perseverance will we even stand a chance of getting somewhere on the leaderboard. The motto of this run, and my overall philosophy in games like this, is don't be a hero. It's that simple, kind of like life. Heroes are cool, sure, but they do not live long and prosper. Just ask yourself a question: whose story do you hear about years later? The guy who sacrificed his life to save others, or the others he saved, who were able to procreate for generations? Sure, they may talk of the hero, but the hero is not there themselves. Chivalry will get you no points in this treacherous kingdom of animals. So, I skirt around the berry trees, delightfully devouring anything I can find my growing hands on. As you'll notice by my evolutionary choices, I'm rather fond of bird options, being that the pinnacle of success in this game is a black dragon. Plus I like chickens. And this is our humble existence for a bit of the game time. No thoughts, no worries, we eat and we drink, nothing more, nothing less. It's rather peaceful, don't you think? We grow for several generations, some powerful, some weaker, all towards that singular goal. Out of all the creatures I played with during this rise, the ostrich was by far my favorite, basically spamming out eggs that create little henchmen baby ostriches that ravage our enemies. Where do these eggs come from? Who is the other parent? Why am I asking so many questions? Well, perhaps we'll answer them in another video. We get harassed by Rodan for a bit, who gives us a good scare, and then get completely obliterated by the brimstone god of the server, who disintegrates our pathetic existence with the fires of hell. What you'll notice, and what came as a shock to me, is that despite our setbacks, we've managed to nestle our way into the lower half of the leaderboard, with still a long way to go. This is when humanity, that crippling sensation of consciousness that creeps into our mind and prevents us from being the lazy lizards we oh so desperately want to be. Yeah, it's setting in, because I started to want to be the hero. I wanted to take it to that monster who killed me before, that monster who holds unequivocal power over the server and those who live there. I started to question my own teachings. Maybe the server needed a hero, someone who could rid the world of its oppressor. I would not achieve the simple existence I had set out for myself. I would be denied that goal, but others would be able to realize it, those that otherwise never would have had the opportunity. But I need to train. I need to grow more powerful than I could ever imagine. I made my way to the center of the map, where the volcano was located. The pit of fire that personified destruction itself would now be my home. Also, don't ask me why there's a bunch of watermelons here, I really don't know. I befriended Rodan, who now I surpass in point totals, and I climbed to the precipice of the leaderboard, with only one person still above me. I heard a voice as I inched closer to their total. I didn't need to be a hero. I didn't need to fight B79. Eventually, with time ever flowing and obtuse, the dragon overlord of this server would fall, and I could take their place surely. Be it by their own hand or the hand of another, it was but a certainty. If I only waited with enough patience, followed the advice I had laid out for myself and for you, I could achieve the meaning of life. To live. But then another voice called out to me. This one told me the opposite. It challenged all the notions of meaning I had set out for myself. That maybe there was more to life than just living. Maybe that I needed to be alive, and I needed to be a hero. And that as long as I hid away, I would never truly be alive. And so my decision was made. I fought B-79. The battle was a ferocious bloodbath of fire and claw. Well, not actually, I mean, it's just a little IO game, but you get the picture. We fought tooth and nail against one another, my dragon able to put out huge amounts of damage despite my lower level. But as the war continued, I saw my health dwindle far too low. Because even though heroes give us something to believe in beyond just living, even heroes must die. I fell to B-79, and I wonder, though my life does not live on, will my struggle?